my top 5 favorite techniques to fish and bass fishing, because most of the time the way that I fish a floating worm, especially a yellow one, I see the fish hit it. I fish this bait. It's not a floating worm. It doesn't float. It actually sinks. But I fish it just right under the surface, like an inch under the water. So 95% of the time, I see the bass hit this. The only time I don't see him hit it is if, like the sun, say the sun's in my eyes or something, or the wind's really got the water churned up. But 95% of the time, you can see him come up and get the thing, and it's almost like a topwater bite. So super, super fun. So first of all, let me show you how I rig it, and then I'm going to talk about the techniques that it works in as far as the areas it works in. Now, I throw it on a spinning rod all the time. Megabass Whip Snake spinning rod. I usually use 8-pound test, Seaguar and Vizex fluorocarbon, straight fluorocarbon. You guys know I don't mess with the braid, the fluorocarbon, deal there. Straight fluorocarbon line. Sometimes I'll use a 10-pound test leader for a little bit extra strength, but I use the 8-pound test for the castability. And then, like I said, I've got it rigged on a straight shank Gamakatsu worm hook, and then I've got a barrel swivel about a foot above it. The barrel swivel is critical, guys, because without that barrel swivel, it's a line twisting mother. It'll twist your line so quick. So you got to have a barrel swivel. And again, I usually put it about a foot above it. And also, guys, you don't want to, when you rig your worm, make sure it's crooked a little bit. It gives it better action when you work it through the water. You don't want your worm to be straight like that. You want it a little bit crooked. And I like an exposed hook. The only time that I use an EWG, like a offset hook to make it weedless, is if I'm fishing it around some type of vegetation, which I don't very often, but that's my setup. That's how I fish it there. And it's pretty easy to work it, guys. It's like, I'll just cast that floating worm out there, and I usually keep my rod tip at about 9 or 10 o'clock position, and I just twitch it just like that, like boom, 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 boom. Gets it darting just like that underneath the water. It's pretty easy technique to fish. So the main thing about it is where and when do you want to fish this? When is it? When will it outproduce any other bait? It is a springtime bait. It's like, I've caught a few fish here and there, like in the fall time on them, but without a doubt, the mood and the personality of the bass in the springtime is when this bait works really good. There's a specific set of conditions that you have to maximize this bait. Number one, you got to have water temperatures. I like them between 60 and 70 degrees. I think there's that 10-degree window, usually March, April, or May, depending upon your part of the country. 60 to 70 degrees is the thing you need to look for. Number one, 60 to 70 degrees. It works in a wide range of water visibilities, even though it's bright.